You also have, through Starlink, incredible geopolitical power. Without them, the Ukrainians would have been in serious, serious trouble. How do you feel about having that power? You can determine the outcome of wars. How does that feel? And is it right that you should have that power?
Well, I'm not sure we're determining the ultimate outcome of the, say the war in Ukraine. I think I do hope that there's some sort of peace agreement reached soon, because for like 2 or 3 years now, the border has barely moved, and every day there are lots of people dying at the front line, and I think there's a lot of wishful thinking here of people saying, well, Russia should completely withdraw, etc. But this is not realistic. I really think there needs to be some, a piece with that is that we have to be pragmatic about this. What I think would be terrible is if there's another 3 years of people dying senselessly at the front lines, and you have to say, like, well, how do you explain to the children of the men that are dying at the front lines? Russia, on the Russian side too, by the way, they're being conscripted and sent there. I am quite offended by sort of fancy diplomats who have 7-course dinners in luxurious places while people are dying at the front lines, and who pontificate about how Russia should withdraw, but Russia's not going to withdraw. So there really needs to be an accepted peace along those lines.
And do you think it's your responsibility to play a role in tipping the scales towards what you see as the right way to peace?
I've been advocating peace for a long time. I posted a few years ago that there really needs to be some concession here to Russia. This is not me being pro-Russia. I'm just being pragmatic. Or people will die for years with nothing achieved, and that is exactly what happened.
I don't know. I mean, the Ukrainians
are
doing pretty well right now at, with their incredible drone capacity hitting inside Russia, and the kind of general consensus is that the balance of the war is shifting. But my point is not so much
Ukraine
about what
is not going to retake those territories. It is not going to happen.
My interest is really on whether you think, given that you have, through Starlink, you have an incredible power, whether it's appropriate that you should wield it. That's quite rare, that an individual actor has such power by turning on and off a capability to shape conflict.
Well, is there something you think I should do differently?
I mean, I think you were right to support Ukraine. I think that, as it won't surprise you, I think that the Russian aggression was, for many, many reasons, an appalling aggression. And I think that was an important thing that you did.
Yeah, I mean, I did a very deep dive into the background of that conflict to understand exactly what was going on. I'm reminded of the old adage that there are no angels in war.